Alright, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, where were we? We were like at a point last time. I don't remember what point we were on.
At all. We're just gonna have to restart.
Okay, that's cool. Do you want to like go first? Or do you want me to go first?
It really doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll go first then. Alright, so it's just fifth gate Lee above Guy above Kakashi to Zabuza.
Yeah. Why is he above Guy?
It's stated he has like unparalleled speed.
Why is Guy included in the Jonin?
Oh, I'm not using that. I'm not using Guy's statement. I'm just using like the volume extract.
Okay, why are they included in the Jonin? Or why is that volume extra included in the Jonin?
Why would it not be included in the joint? It just says he has unparalleled speed. It doesn't say like
destroy
among the. No, it's not like saying like among the Genin it has like he has like unparalleled speed. It just directly says, oh, in terms of speed, Lee's like unparalleled. This is like this isn't like talking about like specific group or like.
Yeah, they could just be in reference to what Lee like or like the time which was happening during like the prelims, right? And we actually don't even see anybody else besides like we literally don't see anybody move besides Lee during the prelims, and it could just be referencing other statements made like Guy's. Like Guy does say that Lee is like unsurpassed, but they could just be referencing that statement directly. There's giving us any new information.
Oh, you're saying like they're just repeating what Guy's stating, like
I think
Lee
they're
can be surpassed.
referencing what Guy's statement, yeah, what Guy stated. Yes,
That's fine too. Okay, that's fine.
and Guy doesn't.
Um,
You have any reason to assert that talking about everybody in the entire village?
no, Guy literally says, "I warned you guys." He like literally tells Kakashi of all people. He just says, "I warned you guys." In terms of speed, Lee
I
can be
don't
surpassed.
think he gives a warning to Kakashi. I'm pretty sure he gives them a warning. Or he gives a
No,
warning
he
to
literally.
everyone.
Okay, but he's talking to Kakashi and says, "I warned you guys, right?"
No,
So
he's
you
not talking to
guys,
Kakashi when he says that.
wait, I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me get the scan. Give me a sec.
He's talking to Sakura when he says that. I'm looking at it right now. It's 82. Sakura's
All right.
talking.
Uh,
Yeah, it's because he had no aptitude. Yeah.
okay, so you think that he's telling Sakura that I warned you guys in
Well,
terms of
actually,
speed?
no.
Okay, that's fine.
He's actually not talking to any. He doesn't like give the specifics as to who he was talking to.
Okay, but like, why do you think this is just reference in reference to like the Genin?
I want you to explain why it's referencing everybody in the village.
Because right, what guys
This
say right, in terms
this
of speed.
entire time he's been talking, he's only been like giving an explanation to the Genin about Lee's combative abilities. He never said Kashi or any other Jonin or anybody like that. I don't see any reason why he's even talking about the higher ups when referencing a Genin
Because that
straight.
could just like be because like Kakashi's like a Jonin in the village, right? I think he'd just like have like I think he'd just expect Kakashi to have like knowledge on this. I don't think he'll like even need to references to Kakashi, right? He's telling the Genin because the Genin are like gonna be the ones who are gonna fight Lee, so he's just trying to like scare them and shit, right? He's just like oh yeah, I told you guys, like my student, right? He's like so
So,
yeah,
but
he just
if you just explained, if you just gave a reason as to why he's narrowing down his statements to the Genin, why does it include himself?
okay. I didn't say he's narrowing it to the Genin.
Because
All they said
you
right,
just said
he's
he's
telling.
doing it for the purpose of scaring the Genin. So you just said his statement is directed at the Genin right now. He's talking to the Genin directly. You just narrowed down his audience.
Okay, he's scaring the Genin by saying, "Oh yeah, this kid can't be surpassed." Why does that have to mean that this kid
But I'm
can't be
saying that
surpassed by the Genin?
I'm saying that if we only know that his audience to be the Genin, right? So the most we can assert that it. How are you asserting it refers to the Jonin and the Hokage? How are you saying it includes them or himself?
So
Because
you're
all we know
saying
is that
just
his
because the
audience is
audience,
Genin.
okay,
Because for
you're
the
saying
exact
the
reason that they're going to be fighting him or whatever. He's just saying that okay, well Lee should be the fastest one here. That's fine. Why does he have to talk about Why does he have to talk about the Jonin?
no, okay, okay, no, wait.
He can
He
still
says like,
scare. He can still fulfill his purpose of scaring them, like you said. Just telling them that Lee is just strong, faster than all of them.
okay, but he doesn't say that though. He literally doesn't say, "Yeah, Lee's faster than you guys." Like he
He said,
says,
"I thought
he
I
just
warned you guys. Lee is unsurpassed." He's just talking directly to them. He also doesn't
okay.
state that he also doesn't state that Lee is the fastest person in the world or the fastest person in the village either. He makes a
He made
vague
a general
statement.
statement.
He made a vague
He made a
statement.
general.
Sure, tell me who it's including and tell me why it's including them. Because the most we can assert is Genian.
I don't. Your basis, right, for claiming the most we can assert is the Guinean is simply because like he's talking to them, right? Your audience. I don't think your audience has anything to do like with what you're trying to say, right? I
What?
think it's more scary for the Guinean, right? I think it's more scary for the Guinean to know like the person they're fighting
Hold on.
like is unsurpassable by
You
everyone.
said yourself that his audience is the Genian.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see what that has to do
That's
with
what I'm
like
saying. The most you can assert is that he's referencing them. Because we know that he's talking directly to them and he's trying to scare them scares them via like explaining how fast Lee is. So the most
I
we
think
can
you're just
say is that he's trying.
associating two unrelated things.
Yeah, how are those unrelated? If he's trying to scare them by telling them how fast Lee is, he'd be giving a reason as to why Lee is faster than them, right? Right or wrong? Is he not trying to is he not trying to tell them that Lee is faster than them?
He's saying that yeah, Lee's unsurpassable in speed.
Okay, so he's trying to say that Lee is faster than them, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so the most you can say is that he's talking about Lee over. Now to say that now to say this also includes him over Jonin would be another leap that you would have to explain, that you would have to give reason for. So no, these are not two unrelated things. If he is trying to scare them, he would have to say that Lee is above them. At the very least, that's all we can assert.
Okay, so you think like I need to like give you like a reason or like evidence as to why like it'd be reference to like Jonin as well? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Jonin or the Hokage, because the Hokage stated just to be the strongest person in the village.
I don't think he is. Are you using like
Hokage
Iruka's
stated that he
statement?
was strongest in the village. I'm pretty sure the data was statement as well.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
think
just the
that.
rankings at the village. The Hokage is at the peak, and the
Okay,
elder
when he
stated
was
as
made
well.
Hokage, he could be the strongest. That's
What?
fine. He could be the strongest when he was made Hokage, like young Hiruzen.
I didn't say anything about the Iruka statement of talking about to be named Hokage. I didn't say nothing like that. The elder stated that
Oh, you
Hokage must be like, or the elder. Hold on, let me get the elder statement. See what they say exactly. I'm about to start messing it
sure.
up. Bookmark 140. Is it out on 140? Actually, I could just say like Hiruzen, like either relative or above the Sannin, and say that the Sannin are the strongest or like the only people that can fill the power gap that Hiruzen left when he died within the village.
I think like them being able to feel like the power gap, right? I think that could just be in reference to like their rank, right? I
Yeah,
think
what?
like I don't think they'd put a Genin in charge. Like why
They
would
don't
they
have to
like
put a
just put
Genin in charge. They put him above. They put him above like Kakashi and Guy,
wait
the
you're saying
two
Jiraiya
Yokis.
they're like above Kakashi and
Yeah,
Guy.
yeah.
What does that have to do with Lee like being unsurpassable by Kakashi and
Okay,
Guy?
because if this includes every person in the village, including Hiruzen, Hiruzen's above Jiraiya or relative or
You know,
above the Sannin.
Guy doesn't need to know about Jiraiya. Guy or the
How does he
Hiruzen's
know how
like true
fast
strength.
Kakashi is right now? When's the last time he's seen
Huh?
Kakashi?
I'm putting Lee above Guy. I'm putting Lee above Guy.
Actually, I don't. There was actually no point in proving this if that's how it goes. Then yeah, I'll just stick to the same point: is that you have no way to assert that it's talking about the Jonin, because that's not required. There's no requirement of him to talk about the Jonin to scare the Genya. As long as he says that Lee is faster than all of you, then he's fine. So I don't see
I
why
I
you're assuming that he's talking about the rest of the Genya, about he's talking about the
I
rest
just
of the ninja.
I just think that's an association fallacy, but we can like
Wait, why is that
leave
the
that
association fallacy?
because you're like associating to like completely unrelated things. You're like
I
associating an
gave you an
audience.
entire explanation that showed you how they're related. You did not
No,
refute it
okay,
at all.
no. I'm saying like I won't need to feel it because there's like no connection, right? You're just
I
connecting
literally
them
okay.
through like
If he is trying to scare the Genin by giving Lee speed, you agree that he must be saying that Lee is above him. So his direct audience being the Genin, his purpose is to scare the Genin. He has to say that Lee is above the Genin. So the lowest possible or the least possible assumption, or actually, I don't even have to say it's like least possible assumption. The lowest thing here is that Lee above Genin. That's the only thing that we can put as certainty from God's statements that Lee is above the Genin. Now, which part of that is
Okay,
wrong? Which part of that is some type of
okay,
fallacious argument or any flaw in reasoning?
okay. I'll drop my scale and you can like get into yours.
Okay. My scale
Yeah.
is just going to be Zabuza relative to Kakashi. Which Kakashi's just the strongest ninja in the village. Just state it. He's above Genin.
Um, are you using like the databook statement? I think like that statement could just be referencing to like the jutsus he has and shit. Like him being the strongest in the village, it could just be like measured by like the amount of jutsu he possesses. Because like Hiruzen was even said to be like the strongest Hokage, and we know like he isn't, right? So that
Where,
could
where,
like these
where does it say
statements.
that he's the strongest Hokage? Get that.
Okay, I'll show you. Okay, so like I put the statement. It says like Hiruzen was like once known as like the most powerful of all time, and like and he was like also known as like the professor and shit, right? And we know
Okay,
like
that's
the
fine. That's
reason.
just a reputation statement. I don't care.
What do you mean that was reputation
It's
statement?
just
What?
a reputation statement.
What's that supposed to mean? What?
That's just what people called him. That doesn't mean anything.
Why would people just give him the name? Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
strongest of
yeah.
all time.
I'm not saying that like they can give it for some random reason, but people can just view Hiruzen to be the strongest. We know people don't even have a correct a correct understanding of Hashirama's strength. Kabuto states that the current world don't have a correct view of Hashirama's strength. So them like
Are you like?
like random people viewing Hiruzen to be the strongest means nothing. He doesn't that doesn't mean anything. And
Are you like getting to Shippuden for like part one debate?
uh, it's
We
that
don't. I don't think we should get into Shippuden.
I don't see an issue with I don't see an issue with that. What?
Because I think like the meaning of like strongest shinobi like kind of changes from like part one to Shippuden. I think like a lot of like the
Uh,
definitions of like certain things do like constantly change as the series like progresses, right?
if
Because
that
like
if that the case, that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm referencing.
yeah,
I'm
I'm saying
referencing
like
I'm referencing a statement from Kabuto that just says that people don't know how strong Hashirama is. In fact, most people thought that Hashirama's strength was a myth, or a legend.
okay, so you're saying like people thought like Hashirama was a myth because like
Though they showed
can't
how
like
powerful he was, it was a myth.
okay, so people could just think right, they're like he's so strong, like someone so strong simply can't exist, so he must be a myth.
Okay, so people don't actually think that Hashirama even exists to begin with, or his the what's stated of his strength isn't actually true to begin with. So Hiruzen being stronger than people they have no knowledge on, it doesn't really matter. He's the strongest of
I
one.
don't think this belief has to entail like someone um like for example, right? If you don't believe something, that doesn't need to mean it's like false, right?
I didn't
They
say it
could
was
like just
false.
not.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
I
they.
mean they could just not believe. They could just not believe Hashirama existed because he's that strong. It's
No,
like there's no
no.
way someone.
There's no way they disagree that he existed. He's on the statue. He's on the Hokage. Like he's there. There are pictures of literally. There are literally pictures of the Hokage in the Hokage's office. So they know he existed. I'm saying that they think that his strength, the legends of his strength, were wrong, or a myth, some type of legend, something that isn't true.
Wait, I think it'd be better if I like have the scan on. Can you like give me the scan? I think it'll be better.
Try to find a
All right.
scan of this. I don't. I'm not. I'm probably not gonna be able to find this right now. Doesn't matter. I'll just drop the point of the Hashirama statement because I'm not gonna be able to find that right now, and I'll just say that like we have no reason to say that like, these random civilians know of like the actual Hokage's strength.
I don't think like via just like the narrative. I don't think like there's any reason where like Kishimoto would just like make like spread like misinformation, right? I don't think he has like any. If it's like a general statement,
Well,
right?
he is spreading misinformation right now.
Why do you think? Okay, that I don't see why like Kishimoto would just spread
And
misinformation,
there's
right? I
also the
just think
problem. There's also the problem with the fact that Hiruzen had. We know Hiruzen did find a successor to his position, Minato.
okay.
It
So you think
they
he only made it because like okay, that could just
unfortunately
mean
he
like
could not find a fitting successor to pass on his knowledge and techniques. He found Minato. He thought Minato was actually one of the strongest shinobi.
okay, one of the strongest. Minato, he could just like give it to Minato as like a younger like Minato could just have like better control of like the village, right? He could just be like a more fitting leader. That doesn't have to do
No,
anything with like
he states they reference his strength. They're like saying he's strong because whenever Orochimaru was a threat to the village, him and whenever that chick I think it's Anko, him and Anko think that Minato being there would help them against Orochimaru. So it's not just his lead of the village.
what?
They
Okay, you're saying like Minato.
when they say that like Orochimaru, like no one can defeat Orochimaru within the village, which I'll use that again later. They say that if only Minato was there, or if only the fourth was here. So they also think that
What does that have to
Hiruzen
do with
also
like him being
followed.
Hokage?
Huh? I'm saying that they
What is like
also view. You said it's like just how he runs the village or whatever. I'm saying they also view Minato to be strong, or stronger than Hiruzen currently.
why is he stronger than Hiruzen? He can just be
They say
strong.
that no one else can take down Orochimaru right now in the village. Hiruzen's in the village, and they say if only Minato was here. So they're saying that Minato would be the only one right now that has a chance to take down Orochimaru. And Hiruzen does do it, but as of right now, they view Minato to be over Hiruzen. Minato was still old when he passed on the title to Hiruzen. Or when he
Okay, that's
passed,
fine.
or
Yeah.
Hiruzen was still
Which
old when he
says
passed on the title.
Hiruzen was like Hiruzen being known as like the strongest in the village, right? That could just be like a past statement. He could like once be the strongest in the village, but at that time he could like be above Hashirama.
Hmm? What are you talking about?
He could just one. I think this is just like a past tense, where like
You
I
talking
think
about
this
his
statement is
prime?
just saying Hiruzen in the past,
You talking about his
huh?
prime?
I think Hiruzen could like in the past be the strongest Hokage. Yeah.
So then, if I still mean that, what does that grant you?
Okay, that could, but we know Hashirama is like superior to like Hiruzen,
Do
right?
we know
So
that? We
what
don't.
would
We have absolutely no knowledge on Prime Hiruzen. So how do we know that? All we've seen is like old Hiruzen things. How do we know that Hashirama was above Prime?
because Hashirama is known as like the god of shinobi.
Okay, and
Like he's like just a god,
okay,
right?
and
So he's like it throughout the like, narrative. It's like multiple times, like every time, like it's implied that like
the
Hashirama is just
narrative
like the
basically
number
like
one.
never references Prime Hiruzen. I don't know how he's supposed to be included within the narrative. We have literally absolutely no knowledge on Hiruzen besides the reputation statements for his prime, and all
All
reputation
we
statements
know
lead
is
to him being the strongest.
Hashirama is the god and all of like shinobi,
Okay.
and that Hiruzen is like was at some point known as like the strongest in the village, right? I think
Oh
the
yeah,
strongest in like the village. Yeah, okay, the strongest. I think it could just be like a reference to like the amount of jutsu he possesses
him being
and
the
shit, right?
god could
I don't
be
think
him
necessarily.
being the god of Shinobi could be a million different things.
He, I think it's more likely for it just to be like a strength statement.
Actually, is the god of Shinobi thing even in part one? Cause you restricted if you
Wait,
train Shinobi from part
let me
one,
look.
is that even in part one? Let me see. The only person that would have referenced it is probably Orochimaru in the fight.
Okay, I'll put the statement in like scaling. It's like it's basically like this
That's
shinobi like standing outside like the curtain they put, right?
probably no sense.
It's just them saying like, oh, that, yeah, just like that's Hashirama and Tobirama, like the ultimate shinobi.
Okay. Okay. And
So they'll be like, okay, so they'd be the ultimate shinobi, and like
okay,
the
but
only
what does
way
ultimate in
Hiruzen's like,
Shinobi mean? They have to be the fastest and the strongest.
What?
Ultimate Shinobi doesn't have to mean fastest and strongest.
Then how is he the ultimate? Do you know what?
You
I'll
just
say
said
like
you
your
just said
definition of
you,
like
you
ultimate.
literally said yourself that being like a shinobi or being like strong or considered high tier could also include your use of jutsu.
Well, we know like
So you're using an argument that goes against the argument that you're trying to support, or you're using a
no, I
statement
think
that goes
like
against what you're trying to support.
I think that could be like a possibility, right? But like we know Hiruzen's like above Hashirama in terms of like
Huh?
jutsu because it's like all the
Wait,
jutsus in the
why?
village, right?
Okay,
Because Hiruzen is like all the
but
jutsus
but
and
he doesn't.
Hashirama just uses wood
But
stuff.
he knows of them. We don't know that he actually can use all of them. We don't know that.
What is like okay, him knowing.
So him
What do you mean
knowing
he
and
can't
not being able
use
to
all of
apply the jutsu doesn't put him above anybody because he knows something
Oh,
and he just it's just
you
like it's like with Orochimaru. He knew about the Edo Tensei. He couldn't stop it.
okay? So you think like he could just know about the like he could just know about like all the jutsu and not be able to use it? Is that what
We
you're
don't
saying?
know.
Right?
We
He
don't
has
we don't know.
like
He doesn't activate the gates. He doesn't
oh
activate
my
literally. He doesn't
god.
activate flying Raijin. There are a million
He,
different. Hold on.
that
There are
could just
literally
like be
different.
because
There are a million different jutsu that Haruza could have used in the battle against Orochimaru that he does not use. But he should have them, right?
okay,
Because
that
he's a
could just be
professor.
okay. That could just be like one. They could like be like we know like Hiruzen has like low stamina, right? We know that he's in old age, right? He doesn't have like that much stamina. So they could just mean like
He had
Hiruzen
enough
just
stamina to split up his chakra in half twice. He couldn't use flying Raijin.
okay. Why does that mean he has enough stamina to like use like high level jutsus?
And
What?
why does it have to be high level? He didn't use 90% of the jutsu we've seen come from Hidden Leaf Shinobi. Use
Then he
any
just
of
didn't
them.
find it necessary.
So
What?
okay,
He
how
just
do we
could
know that
not
he has
find.
it? How
That's
do we know that he can use them? Tell me that.
okay. I'll show you the statement then. Wait.
Does it state that he can use them or that he knows them?
Wait. Let me look at the statement. Give me 2 minutes. Actually stated that he can use them. I'll show you the statement.
I'll just steel man this right now. Even if he knows hidden leaf, even if he knows all the hidden leaf jutsu, what does that mean? Why does that mean anything? They can know
Okay, so
jutsu
that could
outside
just
of the
mean he
leaf.
has like all the jutsu. Okay, that could just mean he's like the strongest shinobi because he knows all the jutsu, right?
No, no,
But
he
that's the
knows
point of
all
this
hidden
Kakashi.
leaf jutsu. Why are they restricted to only hidden leaf jutsu? They can use jutsu from the mist and the cloud. And there you go.
Okay, but if they use the jutsu, then they're like, okay,
No,
if
they're
a
not.
hidden
No, that's not
leaf
what that
user
means.
uses,
No, that doesn't mean it belongs to the leaf now because somebody else used it.
what,
Kakashi copied a
well,
thousand different jutsu. Does that mean all the jutsu he copies now belongs to the leaf? Doesn't make any sense.
if he used it, then okay, he can just like improve it and like use it. Why would that like not believe to the leaf, believe like
But
belong to the
then
leaf?
you
If
would
he
have to show
uses
that
it.
every single jutsu that they used that came from other villages that they improved and now it belongs to the leaf. You could never do that. So all we know is
I
that they
don't.
could
Okay,
just
okay.
possibly have jutsu from other villages that weren't created by the leaf. Actually, Water Dragon is that a leaf originated jutsu? That could, I'm pretty sure. Does Toby Ramen not have that? Was that Is that a leaf jutsu?
Wait, which one?
The Water Dragon jutsu. Does Hashirama not have
If
that?
if Toby Ramen uses it, it is a leaf jutsu. If I
No,
like
that's
bring
not
an
what's stated
object
at
and like
all. That's never stated. Give me a
what?
statement that says that any jutsu that's used by a leaf shinobi is originated in a leaf. It's a leaf jutsu. Where do you get that
Why
from?
do I need to like provide?
Where do you get
Okay,
that
I've
from?
like
Where do you
given
get
him
that
like
from?
reason as to why would be the case.
No, you're just
I
saying
give you
because they
like
use it, it belongs to the village. That doesn't make any sense. Why?
okay, if I like take an object from someone, right, and like put it in my house, right, it belongs to me now because I have it, right. So I don't know why it would like not belong to me. That
I
doesn't
don't. I
make
think
any
that
sense.
only applies in the cases if they're one of the thing. If anybody can use the ability, ownership is not dictated by who has it. Because it would be a jutsu of every village as long as a shinobi can use it. That doesn't make any sense. Ownership should be dictated by who creates the jutsu. Because then you can never decide ownership of a jutsu if everybody can use it. You can never say one village owns anything. It would never be a
Okay,
leaf
okay, wait.
originated jutsu because leaf didn't. It doesn't come from them.
It doesn't. Orochimaru doesn't say like it's a leaf origin. Just he just said it exists in the leaf, right? If it exists in the
Where?
leaf
Wait, hold on.
village,
Where
then
does he say
yeah.
that? Who does he? What does he state?
Send the statement in scaling. I send the statement in scaling.
Because you can know and perform all existing Konoha jutsu.
So it exists if he has it and he's inside Konoha and he's a Hokage of Konoha. So it
What?
exists in
It just
Konoha.
says
So
it just says all Konoha jutsu. How do we dictate what is a jutsu of Konoha? How do you dictate
if
that?
a Konoha shinobi has it,
No,
it
where are
exists
you
in
getting that from?
Konoha.
Where are
What?
you getting that from? Give me an explanation in the series that says that's how you dictate ownership of a jutsu.
What does that this have to do with ownership? What?
That's
But if
what
it
it means
exists in
for it to be okay. If I say you have, I don't know. If I say you have Tanwin's pencil, that means it belongs to you. That's ownership. By putting your name in association with the item, that means you own the item. That's assigning ownership by putting the name along with it.
It doesn't necessarily. Okay, listen. If Hiruzen like gets a jutsu right, and he like has it, and he's like a part of the Leaf Village, that jutsu exists within the Leaf Village because of you,
But is it
someone
a
who's a
Konoha
Hokage of the
jutsu?
Leaf Village.
Is it a Konoha
Why does it need
jutsu?
to be? But he never says it has to be like Konoha originated jutsu. He just said it's a
Okay,
jutsu
that's
existing in
why I'm asking.
Konoha.
How do you dictate what is a Konoha jutsu then? You're just saying just because a shinobi has it, where are you getting that from? How do you dictate that? Because if that was the case, it's not a Konoha jutsu. It's everybody's jutsu. It's just a planet jutsu. Everybody has it. It's nothing that's restricted to Konoha. Why is it a Konoha jutsu now if everybody can use it? It's a
What?
misjutsu. It's a misjutsu. It's a winjutsu too. It's a light whatever village is they jutsu. If everybody can use it, that make no sense to assign ownership to one direct village. That's what I'm saying. Ownership should be dictated by who creates the jutsu. Like Edo Tensei is created by Tobirama, therefore that should be a hidden leaf of jutsu. That should be a Konoha
Okay,
jutsu.
wait.
It's created by a Konoha shinobi.
All right, if I like grab an object from like a museum and like put it in my house, it exists in my house, right? It's still like it's from the museum, but it exists in my house, right?
He doesn't say
So
what
I don't.
he doesn't
He
state
just says
he
it
does
exists in the leaf.
no he does yeah he doesn't say exists in the leaf. He says existing Konoha jutsu. Existing in this context is not meaning it the same way you do.
Okay, wait. Let me look at the statement. Give me a sec. Okay, like Konoha jutsu. That's
Yeah,
fine.
exist in this context is not reference the same way that you're using it. He's not just saying
Okay,
jutsu that are here. He's saying again, jutsu
Konoha
that
jutsus are
originate.
jutsus in Konoha. A
That's
user
not
like
no.
someone a Konoha shinobi
Tell
having it
me
would be
that.
making a Konoha jutsu.
Tell me that it's just within the village. I don't see anything for that, and I explain why. Because if you use the explanation that it's just from any shinobi that comes to the village that are in Konoha use the jutsu, then that leads to then it shouldn't be dictated by. It shouldn't be decided as a Konoha jutsu. Is what I'm trying to say. Because if it's just any shinobi has it, uses it within the village, then it's not a Konoha specific jutsu. It's not a Konoha jutsu. It's everybody's jutsu. It's just a jutsu at that point. There's no direct ownership of the jutsu. If everybody has it, doesn't make any sense. But the
Why would
only way you
everyone
could
have?
hold up. No, but the only way that you could actually dictate sole ownership of something is if it originates from you. That's the only way that we can actually do that. Because even if you go to another village and use it, you can still say, "Oh, you're using Konoha jutsu." Just like Zabuza states that he's using a mist technique, the stupid the misty stuff that he uses against Kakashi.
Yeah, because
To
he's
actually
from the
create
mist. That's fine.
Oh, so
That's
something
fine. No
that's
one else has
originated
it.
from another village is called their village's jutsu.
No,
What wrong? Right or wrong? Because
what?
Zabuza's not in the mist right now using the jutsu, so why is it a mist jutsu?
He's a mist shinobi though. What does? Oh my god. He's a mist shinobi, so he can.
But anybody can use it. If Kakashi copied it right now, is it now a Konoha jutsu?
Yes.
But it's called a mist jutsu. But it's called a
Can you
jutsu
show?
from the
Okay,
hidden
show me
mist.
that. No, wait. Show me that.
No, you already agreed. I don't care. You already agreed.
No. Wait. I never agreed. You said it
Yes,
was like
you
a
did.
mist
You
jutsu,
said
right?
because it's a mist. You said because it comes from the mist. You literally agreed and used it in your argument. Don't go back now.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that could just be like it's a mist technique. It's literally called the hidden mist. That's fine. That's just the name of the jutsu.
No, you agreed it's because of the village. You literally used it in your argument too. You accepted it and used it in your argument. You argued yourself that's because he came from the mist village. You literally agreed to it being
I don't
the
need
case
to accept it, right? If you like bring something up and I'm arguing like with it, I don't need to necessarily accept it. I could just be like
your argument and argued it yourself. So
I
you
could
did
just
not
be
contest the
steel
argument and
manning
used it
and
yourself.
like
That's not
arguing it.
no, that's not a steel man. You didn't say you steel man. You
Oh my
accepted
god!
it.
I just did. I don't
No,
just say it's a
this
steel man.
statement was not even
why do you
okay.
say
A
it's a
steel
steel
man,
man?
hold on, a steel man, right? It's not you taking an argument and just running with it. A steel man is basically saying like this: I'll accept your argument for the time being to see where it's going. You did not do that. You took my argument and used it within your own. That is
Okay,
not the
but I
same
never
thing.
accepted that. What? I never. Okay.
You
Oh
used
my
it within your own
god!
argument. That's accepting it. What? You're using it
No.
yourself.
Okay, wait.
First
You
of all,
brought
you
up.
did not
No,
contend
listen,
it.
listen,
You
listen,
continued
wait, no,
on with it
wait. Oh my God.
as a foundation of your argument. You
No, okay, wait. You like okay, no, wait. You brought up right. You brought up how like, oh yeah, his job was to use like a hit and miss technique, right? And I was like, okay, yeah, like even if it like the hit and miss technique, right? I was like, okay, I don't need to necessarily accept that. I can just be arguing because you brought it up, right? I couldn't. I don't necessarily have to accept that it is a hit and miss technique. I could just say, oh, okay, since you brought this up, right? I'll just argue it as long as I can until I have to like switch and like argue that, right? I can like temporarily steal man. I don't need to know, I don't know why I need to say it, right? You brought it up so I can argue it. I don't know what does it have to do with like
what you did was not a
me
steel
like
man. I just explained about what a steel man is and why what you did was not that. I gave you an example. If you want to
oh
give
my
another
god.
if you want to get another definition of steelman, go ahead. That fits what you did. Because a steelman is not I take your argument, I use it for myself, and I drop it later. That's not what a steelman is.
I
I
never
don't know where
used
you're
the
getting that
argument
from.
for myself.
Yes,
I just
you
argued
use it
against
being
it.
a mist.
Why do
You use it being from the mist, and then explain why this is called a mist jutsu, and then try to apply it to because Zabuza's from the mist. That's why
because
it's
you
called a
brought it
mist
up?
jutsu.
What is why
Yes,
oh
but you
my
use it
god.
within your own argument. That's what I'm saying. You use it as foundation of your argument. So you did not contest the
I
argument. You
I
did not
used it as a
contest the claim
foundation of
given to you
counter
and use
argument.
it yourself.
I don't
That's
need to
not a steel
accept the
man. Give
counter
me the
argument.
definition of a steel man that includes what you did. Give me the definition of a
What
steel man that includes using it in your own argument without contesting it.
okay, wait.
Give me the
I
definition
didn't
of a steel
necessarily
man.
use
You
it as
called
no
it a
no
steel.
wait
You
listen
called it a
no
steel man.
wait
Give
wait
me the
wait I don't need
definition
to
of a
explain
steel
that.
man.
No, there's
We
no
do not
I
need
don't
to
need to
continue any further. Give
explain
me a
that.
definition of a steel man.
Oh my god. What? No, I don't need to like. I don't know
You
why I need to
claimed it
like
was a
give you a
steel man. Give me a
definition. I'll
definition.
explain. Wait.
No, I don't want
Listen.
your explanation. I
Oh
want
my
the
god.
definition of a steel man to tell me why it's a steel man. I don't want your word for it. Tell me why it's a steel man. Give me the
Okay.
definition.
I don't need. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get to that. Wait. I have
No,
to argue that right now.
I
Okay.
don't want to continue.
I
Show me a
don't care
steel
what you
man.
want. I don't need to argue
Okay,
that
then I'm
right
not
now.
going to listen to
What
you.
are
I'm
you
just going
talking
to
about?
continue on my points. Thank you. So if you're not going to give the
No.
definition of a steel man, I'm just going to accept your concession on point and say it's not a steel man. If you're not going to give me any evidence for it.
If I no, I don't need to like get into that. Right? I
No,
said like
you
at this
claimed it
moment
was
I
a
don't need to
steel man. I
argue
don't care
that.
what
Why
you
does
want to
it
get
mean I'm
into. If you're
dropping
not
it?
going to get
No,
into
no.
it, then drop the
What?
point.
Oh
If you're
my.
not getting into it, drop the
Why am
point.
I dropping it? I just said
Because
I
you
don't need
just
to
said you're
argue
not
right now.
getting
Why does that
into
mean
it.
I'm dropping it?
You just said you're not
No,
getting
I
into
just
it.
said I don't need to. I said I'm not getting into it now because I don't need to argue
Okay,
it right
I'm
now.
asking you to prove it now. You have the burden. You have a signed burden of proof now. Please prove your
Okay,
claim.
I can just like wait. I'll get into that.
No, no, this
Listen.
is no. Prove your claim. If you will not prove it
Why
and
do I need
continue
to?
to move along to a different point, now we'll just throw out the statement.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you want me to, like? Okay. Do you want me
I
to like
want you
tell
to
you what
give
like
me
a
the
steel man is?
definition of a steelman, because I don't think it applies to whatever you just did. Steelman in no way applies to what you just did.
So you okay? You know what? You know what? For now, I'll just drop that. That's fine.
Okay, so it's not
Okay.
a
That can be
steelman.
like
So
a hit
why
and
are
miss
you
technique.
allowed to ignore not address my claim or provide any contentions with it? Use it in your own
Okay.
argument and then say, never mind, I want proof for it. Why are you allowed to do that if this isn't a steelman? Because that should be the only case where you're allowed to do such a thing without that. Like that.
Okay. You know what? No. You know what? I'll just drop like the whole like strongest being reference to like jutsus. That's fine.
Okay, so
I can
Kakashi is
drop that
deemed the
right now.
strongest. What's your other contention with it?
Okay. That's like. Okay. So Kakashi like got stronger between like the land of waves and like the databook statement.
What time period is the database statement? Why are you saying he
The
got
databook
stronger?
statement is like 117. It's like that's like 117 chapter 117.
Where does it state that at?
What?
Where are you getting that from? Where are you saying it's talking about 117?
Because it covers the Orochimaru and Hiruzen fight. What?
Okay, but nothing surrounding the databook statement shows 117. The context of the database statement, which should be also dictated by the images surrounding it, not show absolutely anything about 117. They don't even reference Orochimaru happening here when Kakashi has an interaction with
What?
Orochimaru. So why are you saying that it's talking about that? It could
Wait,
include
wait,
it
wait,
within
wait.
the
No, no,
databook as
no.
a whole.
Wait.
Why are they referencing it?
Okay, are you saying like the first databook like doesn't go over like
That's not
Kakashi
what I just
versus
said at
like
all. I'm saying
Orochimaru?
that this page
I mean,
right
like,
here does not. I'm not saying the whole
wait,
databook cannot include that within it. I'm saying that this page
wait.
specifically shows no
Wait,
reference to
let's
that.
go one by one. Let's go. No, no, wait. Let's go one by one, right? First, let me ask you something, right? Do you think this databook covers Orochimaru and Hiruzen fight or not?
Possibly, I don't know right now.
Okay, I'll show you doing it.
I've already basically given a steelman to that. Even if it should include that part within the entire book, I don't see why this page specifically does. because the context surrounding it shows absolutely nothing that says it has to be referring to before or after Kakashi's training. But if anything, the different pages surrounding it do refer to before his training. Everything in this page looks like before his training.
Okay, wait, okay, right? Okay, a data book is like supposed to like provide information on like a series, right? Like the data book is like providing information, right? Why does like the images all around it matter, right? I'm saying like if it's providing information, this could just be like in reference to like the entire like
Okay,
freaking
what do you think dictates context? I can show you like
what?
the data book statement for like I'll use the Gar like the actually I'll use Gar's data book page as an example because it literally whenever there's an explanation in the Gar's data book page, I'll use this as like the best example, right? They show what's happening during the tech, like the wall of text that they're talking about. There's a picture right next to it that goes along with what they're talking about. So in data books, we literally see the images fall in line with the wall of text. Show me a data book, like show me literally any data book where it doesn't follow that. Because I'm saying the text in a data book should fall in line with the text there, or the text in the data book should fall in line with the images. The images should dictate when they're talking about the time period. I can get you Gar's data book if you want to see that. Because in literally every single line of text, there's literally a picture next to it that shows what they're talking about, or that gives a time period to what they're talking about. So I'm saying
Okay,
that
so
the images
okay,
in the images in a data book should be dictated or should dictate context or the time period at the very least. Do you want to see that?
okay, wait.
I'll like explain it better then, because I was stuttering. Basically saying images in a data book dictate context or what the paragraph, what time period the paragraph is referring to. That's what I'm trying to say. And
Okay,
look
so
at
you're
Gar's
saying
shit.
like the image would like dictate like context on like okay.
Look, I'm saying
Um,
look at Gar's. In literally every single like with every single statement they give, there's a picture that goes along with the time period that they're referring to. It lines up with it.
okay, so okay, so where I'm getting this like what I'm saying right is that's fine. Like for Gara, they can like do that. That's cool.
I can
I'm
show
saying
you multiple examples throughout the first data book at
yeah.
least.
What okay? What
I'm
I'm saying
actually
right? That's a possibility. That's like a
I'm about
possibility.
to show
That's
you
cool,
every
right?
single data book page we have is really not a possibility anymore.
Okay. Okay. Wait. All right. So for Kakashi, right? This isn't necessarily like describing any scene because we don't necessarily get like any scenes like or like any specific panels, right? Reference.
There are pages around it. They're actually like the one at the very top of it. What that's from Land of Waves. All the ones to the
Okay.
right side of it, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, are from time periods
Okay,
taken
the Land of
before.
Waves wasn't in Konoha. This is like saying Konoha strongest Shinobi. So this is clearly isn't
And what does that
referencing the Land of Waves.
mean? We know he's a
What is this
Konoha
like?
Shinobi at that point.
Oh my
Like
god.
what?
Okay, what is that? Okay, but he's like Konoha strong. We haven't like seen him in Konoha yet. If you're
Yeah.
gonna like use like like
Oh,
where his form is like on, he has to,
hold on. Where do
yeah,
they have their training fight at? Where are the training
huh?
grounds? Where are the training grounds? Is that outside of Konoha's bounds?
Okay, that can be in Konoha. Okay,
Okay, so we seen him in Konoha. Thank you. We see him with the Konoha headband on. We know he's a ninja of Konoha.
okay, but we haven't seen him displaying his strength in Konoha.
And what does
So
that
why
mean?
would we
Why is
come to
it?
the conclusion
It
he's
doesn't say
Konoha?
anything about
Okay, if
displaying his
he's
strength in
Konoha
Konoha.
strongest, I think we have to like see him like display his strength in Konoha if we're gonna get
Why?
like him being Konoha's like strongest Shinobi.
Why? Why
Because
is
he's
that a
Konoha's
requirement?
strongest Shinobi. If he
Look,
like
you
goes
just
somewhere else,
repeated
he
your
will just
argument
like
3 more times.
what? Why do I need?
Why?
Oh my god.
I
Okay,
need an
wait.
explanation for the claim, not for you to repeat the claim, because that's not substantiated
Okay,
anymore.
let me before I argue. Let me just read this for like one more time before I
And
argue.
actually,
Give me a
no,
sec.
actually, hold on. It states in there that he's made his name known as Konoha Stronger Shinobi by fighting other enemies. Yes, is it
No,
who
he made
made
his
his
name in
name
other
known
countries.
even in
It could just be
other
like he's so impressed.
countries?
Wait. If he could be just be so impressive in Konoha that other countries would like, yo, this guy in Konoha, right? This guy in Konoha is so strong. So this doesn't have anything to freaking do with like
No,
him like not being Konoha strongest Shinobi, right? This could just be like
what are you
other
talking about?
countries could just know about him because of how strong he is.
But I'm
That's
saying that the
fine.
statement, within the exact same page, they reference his strength being known throughout other areas.
Okay,
So it's
it's
not
known throughout
specific. No,
areas.
hold
Why
on.
does that mean he has to
So it's
fight
not. So I'm
another
saying
area?
that they in this statement they give no restriction to where he has to be for his name to be known or for his strength to be shown. There's no given restriction here, so I want to know where you're drawing that conclusion. That he has to be fighting in Konoha for him to be known as the strongest shinobi.
No, I think like it will be like saying like he's the strongest shinobi in Konoha, right? And not necessarily like Konoha's strongest shinobi. Because if he's Konoha's strongest shinobi, he's gonna have to like do like work for like Konoha, right? He has to be like the strongest in Konoha.
He does
Huh?
do work for Konoha. He's on a mission right now.
Why is fighting Zabuza part of doing work for Konoha?
They're protecting Tazuna. That's their mission. The mission given to them by the Hokage. What? Protecting Tazuna is their mission. Zabuza's trying to attack Tazuna. Oh, put 1 plus 1 together. What they equal? 2. Protecting Tazuna. Somebody wants to kill Tazuna. They have to take out the person trying to kill him.
All right. Okay, that's fine.
What's the stupidest question you just asked me?
That.
Please continue.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying like Okay. So you're okay, but like Guy literally states he's like above Kakashi.
Okay, and
Okay.
I asked you earlier on in the debate. Why does Guy have knowledge of Kakashi? You refuse to address that.
Because he literally says we've fought 50 times.
Don't care. Actually, that's a completely different point. You're not going over it now.
Okay, but I never argued that. I never like dropped it, right? I just
never addressed it to begin with.
I just argued, right? If I never argued it, that doesn't mean I dropped it.
You never addressed it. Burden Free Joiner doesn't say if you argue it. No. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. That's what Burden Free Joiner said. Hold on, what does Burden Free Joiner say? You need me to read it out to you? No, Burden Free Joiner dictates addressing a claim. It does not say arguing it and then dropping it. It says address the relevant claims. You did not address the claim at all. Like I just said. It does not say argue it and then drop it, then move on. It doesn't say all that. You didn't address the claim to begin with. That's what Burden Free Joiner dictates. I gave you a claim. You acknowledged it. You said you're not going to go over it, then moved on.
Okay. Oh my. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll just concede then.
Thank you.
Okay.